My studio is located in my house. I have set up rooms that I call my galleries. This room is set up to illustrate how I understand what art is, and I think it is a piece that you do is one in a million if it's art. You don't always get that one in a million, and you don't always know it when you get it. But when it's there and after you've had it around for a while and you get people's reactions to it and the feedback that you get on it, and you realize you would never, ever, ever be able to do that piece again, you realize it's one in a million. And it's one that you say to yourself, oh wow, that was really cool. I would never be able to do that again. And the pieces in this room, there are 3 of them, but they represent one in a million. There's a couple others within the studio and the other galleries that represent one in a million, but this is my one in a million room. And one of the pieces is called Creative Contraptions, and I've talked about that in other videos, and all the complexities that go on in it, and the flowing of the paint, and just the wonderful combination of all things natural and things designed. And it is one in a million. I would never be able to do that piece again. But the thought behind it, the concepts behind it, the things that it represents for art and for myself and for anybody who views it, it just satisfies all those criteria that I think is really important when you think about art and what art is. So, and the piece over in the other part of the room is called The Gatekeepers. And the wonderful thing about this piece is, I mean, the one in a million, first of all, the one in a million is that this flow of paint that I get here, and all the colors that happen within this flow of paint. Here they've combined, it's magenta, purple, yellow, pink, green, blue, and they combine into this stream, and they go down here into this blue. And then to have these wonderful gatekeeper figures stand up, emerge from this beautiful flow of paint is, it'll never happen again. It's one in a million. And then I put a lot of my symbols in it. Like, these are my wheels. They represent movement, and my gatekeepers use them to move, and they're ethereal. They just sort of glide through on the air. Here's some more of them over here. But then I have this moving line, white and black dots that go through it and show movement. And I have critters, all my little critters that are talking to each other, and they're like parasites or groupies for the gatekeepers, the keepers of thoughts and thinking. And they travel along with the gatekeepers. You can see all the little ones up here that are coming in. There's a couple of them over there in that piece. And again, you get a lot of my circles. They're here. This piece is just filled with circles, and it's filled with ladders to get in and out of spaces right here. Ropes to climb up and out of spaces. This is one in a million. It's just one of those pieces that will never happen again. I just let it emerge. These figures were many things before they became the gatekeepers. And then when they started to emerge, I had to ask myself, are you going to leave those there? Are you just going to let them stick up like that? And then when I understood them as the gatekeepers of all the wonderful, flowing, beautiful color, the gatekeepers of making things move and not become static. The gatekeepers of creative thought. Just became very exciting. So it is 1 in a million. And then I have this piece over here. I will never be able to do this piece again. Never, ever, ever. I couldn't duplicate it even if I wanted to try to duplicate it. Of course, that happens with most of my pieces. This piece, the flow of the paint is so exciting. And the transparency of the watercolors in here is so wonderful. I don't frequently get transparent color like that. And the idea that I let it go is so wonderful. And a lot of times we just don't. We think we can fix it and make it better. And I didn't even try. But then these fish emerged. They were going to be flowers. And when I saw the water and the waterfall, I realized that they were not flowers, they were fish. And so I came in and I brought out details of the fish. And I didn't try to make them look exactly like a fish. They're Christine's interpretation of a fish. And that makes it very exciting, very personal, very unique. It makes it 1 in a million. I don't know if I'll ever do fish. I do one every once in a while. I did one other fish. I can remember it. But then these are all caught up in the stream of the water. And they're not full of detail, but you know there's a fish there. And they're all caught and trapped underwater. This is indeed 1 in a million. When I talk about pieces that are 1 in a million, they don't have to be big, major works. They can be small, little, intimate sketches that I've created that try to work out an idea. And this is one of those 1 in a million little sketches. The idea, it incorporates a landscape, but the different brushwork that went on in this piece, there's thin, transparent paint, there's thick paint, there's the idea of the constellations. This is one of the first works that happened there. But then the thin, delicate blue lines that are right here, and that little red mark, and the thin, delicate swarm of birds coming in, and the birds here, and the delicate circles coming down to the water and the landscape. This was just a quick little sketch that I did that turned out to be 1 in a million.